It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Now, just to clarify, these aren't pre-recorded. In other words, I'm not recording this second recording until after I publish the first one. So this is being recorded on the same day that part 1 was published. And so I'll be able to read comments, if there are any, between when basically 2 episodes ahead, because of course I'm not going to record each one until I publish the previous, but there probably won't be any time to accumulate any comments between like the previous and the next recording. So it'd be like 2 recordings down that I'd actually see them. I say that because usually a lot of these Let's Plays I've recorded like the entire thing months ago, and then I finally get around to uploading it. This is not like that. This is being recorded as and uploaded as I go.
What is that? You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
Genre call out. Okay.
Get the fuck away!
Oh, we do have ammo. Okay. Okay, that was kind of clumsy because I didn't see it coming. Already looked in everything in here, just making sure there isn't anything to shoot or something. Do they drop ammo? I guess they don't. I've already been in here, I'm just checking things. Okay. So, Zachary Trench. So much is expected from the director. The responsibility, the privilege. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use the standard-issue bullpup rifles they carry prior to corruption, while the armored guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss nature in organic hosts mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Did the Hiss have the level of cognizance? Have that level of cognizance, okay. Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are preserved for combat. These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge of the use of their weapons. Refer to the redacted file for full report. Okay, already got this one. The service weapon. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. The object form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to something. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of blank. The object will determine whether blank. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. So the director might have been shot himself with the service weapon, and he was rejected, so he died. This procedure is dictated by the blank, though their criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, blank, many forms throughout history, blank. More Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra, all weapons that blank are their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. In this case, blank. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.1 for more details. Basically a bunch of fake jargon saying that if you're the chosen one and you shoot yourself with the service weapon, then you end up in a dungeon. If you are not and you shoot yourself with the service weapon, it's like, well, shooting yourself. Approved terminology reminder. Reminder, redrafting any public-facing material. While pinning any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words and phrases to use. In the service of his or her country. Regret. Proud pride. Will be remembered. Words, phrases to avoid. Alaska. Scissors. Blood and bleeding. Loss. Apologies and sorry. Okay, it wants me to go that way, but I guess it doesn't. Never mind. Just knock down some boxes. Nothing in there, though. I already went in here a bunch of times, probably annoying you. Already went in there, too. Okay. So just like random not so stories, just to have something to say while I'm doing this. Oh, I got a map. Never mind. I can look at this. So we could have exited the director's office a different direction, but we didn't. Now let's continue to executive affairs. So right now I'm running a
secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
No, this game has no dead time. Okay, never mind. Well, we're still looking for ammo. Yeah, I don't know if there's consequences for hitting stuff. Oh, we got more combat, it appears. Oh, I'm about to fail. Um, I'm running this 3090 FTW3 by EVGA, and if you haven't really been in tune with all the hardware news, these GPUs.
Hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
These GPUs have been first in the first batch upon release. EVGA put in capacitors that weren't up to snuff, and so the very first, I don't know how many exactly, but the first few of these released, this particular board partner model, failed, and failed soon and very readily. So anyway, EVGA supposedly fixed that. Just waiting for them to fix that so I can take these guys out. Really bad at this, apparently. So anyway, the capacitors got swapped out, and then it came to pass that Amazon came up with this really popular MMO they called New World, and often, when New World was played on a 3090 FTW3, the game would crash and take the whole system down with it.
The hotline. Secure line of communication.
And later,
Guide us.
usually maybe after a few crashes, it would
The
fail.
hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man.
And so people would submit
Okay.
these for RMA under warranty, and EVGA looked into them and why they were failing and determined that, at least this is what they said, it was due to a poor solder joint on one of the power stages. And they also claim that this was on a very small production run of the 0.1 revision board, so of early versions of the board. But then this kind of opened the floodgates, because if a graphics card is known to fail, this psychologically increases the tendency of the user base to post on the internet when it fails. So due to its kind of, it's like then you kind of join the club of those whose graphics card has failed. And a lot of the posts on the EVGA forums have been of that nature. I just joined the Red Light of Doom Club on my 3090 FTW3 today, or whatnot. And that likely increased the report rate of failures on this 3090 FTW3 compared to other graphics cards of the same same chip from NVIDIA or board partners. Also, it doesn't help that, or it does help depending on how you look at it, that EVGA has a more active community on their forums, on their website. And so there's more of a place to kind of aggregate and report the failures of your graphics cards if they're EVGA graphics cards. So due to some of this, and potentially that the failure rate of EVGA FTW3s, 3090s, is indeed higher than other graphics cards, 3090s or otherwise, that it just developed this reputation for being an unreliable graphics card, just in general. But the FTW3 is the most common board that EVGA will pack their 3090 chips into. And in general, it's just kind of the most common, easiest to get a hold of 3090 model out there. Let's read this. Executive meeting minutes, rising cost of AWE response, update and mold eradication efforts, upcoming annual salary review, new supplier of coffee filter to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. Okay. Clearance level. You do not have a clearance level. Okay, cool. Some of his health started to get to because of where I shot these guys. Okay. Gotta be. By reticle's still there, so there's gotta be more things to shoot here. More people to drop. It is also, the FTW3 is also much less expensive than sort of high-end 3090 products from other board partners such as ASUS or MSI. For example, it's much less expensive than, say, an ASUS ROG Strix or an MSI Gaming X Trio or Supreme X. And hardware influencers tended to find it having to post the highest benchmark scores using 3D Mark compared to other cards, and so for their little overclocking streams or events they are putting on, they would typically use EVGA FTW3 Ultra cards, or for their for their 3090s and SLI overclocking. Dinner reservations at 7 p.m. at Chez Amber. Wife will meet you there, don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at lobby reception. Remember, she's turning 46. Okay. Oh, my shoot thing went away. Interesting. Okay, get ready to shoot here. Tabs map. Okay, this is a little alcove. I can close the door behind me, right? That might be a bad idea, I don't know. Might make it so I can't escape, but let's see. Energy boost. Okay. Personal mods. Well, if it's the only one I've got, then, I mean, I should equip it, right? Where am I going with this? Well... Okay. It's the graphics card I'm using. Now, so then you start to kind of, because like the impression the community gives on this piece of hardware, you start to get a little bit worried that although your hardware is one of the best performing pieces of hardware out there, that it has some unreliability issues and it can like blow up on you at any moment. Then you'll be short a graphics card.
If you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
In an era where it's hard to buy this, and you of course wait for a warranty return. Anyway, I got the opportunity to buy a Kingpin, which is a different board of model of graphics card, which the community has a tendency to think, for some reason, is more reliable. It's designed for a target audience or a target market of extreme overclocking or liquid nitrogen overclocking, which isn't very mainstream. But no one makes an air cooler for it. It comes with a 360 millimeter AIO, which is famous for loud pump noise. And there are water blocks for it. One of them is made by EVGA itself and costs about $300, and there's a wait list for it. It's a very low volume product. The other one is made by Optimus. They just released it. They say that it will ship about 5 to 6 weeks after ordering. And many people have already ordered and have not been made good on that promise. They've been waiting 8 weeks and still haven't been shipped a water block. And so it's somewhat, and this water block is very expensive. It's about $700. Now, I do have a custom loop in my system, but I don't have enough room to add in an extra 360 millimeter radiator. So how I have to do this is I have to put a water block on it as well and stick it in the water loop. But it might be a long wait until I get a hold of the water block. So, and as time passes, the Lovelace architecture, or NVIDIA's 40 series, becomes closer and closer to release, making the Kingpin card further and further out of date. Back at the director's office, I'm going in circles. Use the map. Here we go. Okay, there's probably gonna be people to shoot in here.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place.
Is the hiss your enemy? All right, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious.
It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Just leave it on, I guess. Maybe it doesn't play anything because I have the DMCA music turned off. Okay. Oh.
Reminder: if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or...
I don't care. We checked out the suspected AWE, and the deluge wasn't anything, just like a house fire. Before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. Or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to the Sherman Ranch. Next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of the effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our... Accidentally did something here. Here we go. In all aspects of our nation's esteemed infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. What are you here? Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How did you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they'll need to leave. If their answers seem something, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychology assessment. If their responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the providing scoring sheet, then blank immediately. Remember, there is no such thing as too suspicious. Okay. What did I get here? Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as a modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain informed by their own and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially blank in popular culture using blank. a Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore, AWEs that only occur in blank, a pair of scissors that consume human blank through 2 punctures of the blank. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for full report. So anyway, this Kingpin, because it's kind of a pain to cool. And I probably wouldn't have to spend that much because if I sold the FTW3 somehow, then the cost would recoup, but I turned it down. It's kind of, but I was trying to segue into this, like I had this, I don't know, this effect on me in that immediately after turning down buying this Kingpin, because I was just like, I guess I don't need it. I just suddenly went and bought the Lego Millennium Falcon. Or just like trying to reward myself for not spending the money on the Kingpin. I just suddenly spent it some other way. Yeah. If you may not be necessarily familiar with the early days of this YouTube channel, but I started off making content about Bionicle and Bionicle games. And so you may surmise that I'm a Lego fan, although right now I'm in somewhat of what they would call a Dark Ages, where you kind of temporarily grew out of it. That's the wrong way. Yeah, I need to get down there somehow. Yeah. Okay, there's probably a boss, yeah. Or like a mini boss-like situation. I've been looking for something to kind of get out of the Dark Ages with, so looking for some sort of really big and time-consuming thing to build. And there was multiple options, but that's just the thing I chose. Anyway, let me see where I got respawn to. Okay, this is where I gotta go back that way.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place.
Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
I forgot if there's a control that lets you skip text. So anyway, that's I guess how I'm going to get out of the Dark Ages with a set like that, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but whatever. Try to do this right this time. Get after that second class guy earlier. Earlier. Okay, he's easy to pick out. This guy's easy to pick off. Don't really have opportunities to melee in here.
An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Probably means just shooting a bunch of things. Honestly. Out. Weapon mods. Low health boost. Okay. Got 6 conceptual materials, house memory, and hidden trend. Whatever that means. Okay. Let's resume. Still haven't picked up all the health, but I'll just leave it there for when I'm low on health, I guess, if I ever come back here, which I probably won't.
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
Okay, well, I don't want to fast travel yet.
Please, talk to me. We saw you deal with the compromised agents.
Where's the safe room?
Is it safe to come out?
Doesn't let me go in there. I'm just gonna check the room for stuff before I leave. Okay. Sweet. Well, we'll go in there later. Okay.
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes. I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta... This will probably pause the game in the recording. Yeah, okay. Just gotta make sure. Check the recording duration. That was generic.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Okay, so we just killed somebody.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us, or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone, a direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
Okay.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
Got it. Thanks. So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Cool, that's all completely
Thanks,
useless.
Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Okay. Supposed to find something. There were some directions given to how to find it, but like I would remember those at all. It doesn't label the communications department on this map. Okay. I find it kind of a note that Jesse talks seemingly through the fourth wall, which this is an Western game. I presume not an Eastern game, so I don't know really what the tropes are mostly for Western games about that. Sometimes it's revealed that she's not actually talking through the fourth wall. She's talking to a character off screen, and you think that her talking to the fourth wall is actually a distraction. That's not really what's going on. However, I have played a game really recently where that is actually how, but it was Eastern, where that's actually what was going on. Like they would literally talk to they actually had a character that represented, that I guess you could say was kind of off screen, but represented the character directly, like the player him or herself. Okay, let me look at that. How does this work? Health recovery. Health recovery per element pickup plus 20%. This is called energy boost. Oh, I only have one slot, so... Okay, so this is probably better, it appears. Go. Enter the communications department to find the hotline. Okay. You can pause the video to read that if you want to. That's just the mission. I just go somewhere in the building and find something. That's not that exciting. Oh, here's his agent. The hiss manifests in body hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating through the Bureau. The hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem to invested in vocalizing the strange incantation and ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, or are they cocoons preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation to a purely resident form. Research is ongoing. Refer to the blank file for full report. And we got the portrait of Zachariah Trench. The only person you should fail is yourself. That's harsh. Shifted bathroom complaint. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my butt off in the Islamabad station for 3 years, and I've learned the right to a nice workplace. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went, Dr. Rodriguez. Okay. Damage boost. Okay. Let's see here. Weapon mods. So what's this one do? No health, but damage 1. No health is plus 45%. This just damage plus 16%. I'm gonna go with this one still. Okay. I guess that little like fog thing is supposed to tell you where to go to complete the mission or something. Technological restrictions. Okay. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new for the cultural blank at the oldest house to blank them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles of altered status. Technology may be moved at too fast a pace for the blank to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Blank agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Refer to file 419-1935 for a full report. Bomb things. I got the microwave. Okay. Got some freshman physics. Some optics. Computer we can interact with. Some like electron transport chain stuff with some vector addition. Something erased. Okay, I just got some house memory, whatever that does. You've been here, okay. It's closed. pretty sure I'd already interacted with everything there was to interact with. This radio might be different. I don't know, it's not. Okay. Now this one, now it's yellow. Go up the other side also. We've already been there. So, yeah, we can go straight or to the left. And then to the left, I believe, was closed. Check in there. Oh, you can go there. Okay. Oh, that's the way out. I got disoriented. That's the way back. Sorry. Sorry! It's even easier to get lost in virtual buildings than it is to get lost in real buildings. This was closed, I believe. This is closed. This is not, okay. Okay, so that's a shortcut back to the director's office. Okay, cool. That helps. It might have been obvious by looking at the map, but I wasn't sure. Chicken. All the posters are now like posters of you, because you're the director now. Just automatically updates the posters. Here we go. Here's the new place. Don't know what those cans do. It's a lot of those things. So we have an open office setting going on. Here's the printer. Probably broken because it's a printer. I mean, they have all these typewriters here. That's an interesting question. They have all these typewriters. So, but the printer, you have to communicate with it via, like, a computer, right? So then, what do they communicate with it? Communicate to it with? I led nowhere. What? Well, I guess we gotta do the fast travel. That's their last option available. There. Oh. Oh, so it's a way to fast travel, but doesn't work. I guess let's go to the director's office.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Oh, this is the way you go. Okay. Undefined reading. Okay. Reticle hasn't showed up yet. Wait, did someone say something? I didn't pick up on that dialogue there. I wouldn't have picked up on it all if I didn't have subtitles on. After the song, time for applause. We build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. Nice. Visited the following Nevada accommodations. Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleepy Bear Motel, Silver Spools Ranch, E Gato Blanca Inn, A+ Log. Accommodations 837.29, meals 714.84, gasoline 295.12, minibar 313.61. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in the landlocked state, but hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road. Oh dear.
Describes this is redacted, repeat the word, the name of the sound that resonates in your house after the sun comes and plants. We build you till nothing.
Yes, it's overpowering here.
You know what? We'll look around this place before we're going there.
I'm with you on that.
You taking your boss with your boss with you.
This guy can't aim. Like stormtroopers. Okay. Did I just melee a pillar? Sucky. Well, I got sent all the way back here. Okay, great. Map. I want to go that way. Oh, wrong. My memory's not working correctly. Okay. Now I know which way to go.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Forgot about these guys. Shucks.
Yes, it's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
That was stupid. Okay.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Okay, now we don't want to... just charge in there. Now this is the part where I previously goofed up, is going down in here. That came out of nowhere.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Okay. They don't spawn until you get down there. Spawn for me, won't you? Is he? There he is. Okay. Hiss barrier. The Hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered for lowering them. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. Destroy the Hiss entities in the area. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of Hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of Hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the Hiss? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the Hiss? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to the blank for a full report. Okay.
Through a mirror inverted is made right. Lead your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface until they're wet. You promised in the new years you want this.
In the cafeteria. Yes, we are.
Around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget this happens more and more now. You gave us the permission in your regulations. We wait in the stage. The word that describes this is redacted. Repeat the word. The name of the sound that resonates in your house after the song. Time will come. We build you till nothing remains. The egg crack.
Please be aware, due to recent fluctuations in Nira's control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Green is stable, yellow is low possibility of unanticipated building shifts, orange high likelihood of unanticipated building shifts, red frequent unanticipated building shifts. Okay.
You are whole. You're mine. Us of whole. You've taken your boss with you. All there must be eaten. Under the conceptual reality behind this reality, you must walk these ways to drag you away after the song time for applause. This cliche is death out of time, breaking the first, the second, the third, the fourth wall, the fifth wall, floor, no floor, you fall. How do you stay insane or stay happy and you are? Is till you can't stop humming in between. Baby, 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 you're just plastic, so safe, and nothing to worry about. Funny. The last egg breaks now. The hole in your room is a hole in you. You
Okay, I can't get up there yet, I guess. Try the other restroom. Health boost. Personal mods. Yeah, I like the one I have. Let's find a door out. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I went that way. I don't want to go this way yet. So I'm going to check some other place that I see on the map. Nope, it's closed. Okay, just making sure. Progress then. Ready to shoot things. Singing fish. While pinning any notification of death related to the Willow AVE, please adhere to the following guidelines. In the service of his or her country, oh, that's not the right one. Here we go. I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem and you gotta send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of the singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. Says a lot of cuss words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you gotta come handle it. My wife's real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwan Barr. To Mr. Governor. Okay. That's some more undefined material. Oh, violent. French. Dead letter. Okay. Greetings, Dr. Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered from the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is a perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will not compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters of any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. Okay. Sweet. House memory, whatever that is. Up here we go. Oh, I had no idea what I was getting into. No idea. Wow, I got skunked. Are you serious?
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Do I have to shoot these guys again? I guess not. How about down here? I guess not. Machine God. I had a dream, and I built the thing I saw in my dream, a machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows, a new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator, and the coils from my toaster, and the fan plus the timing belt from my car's engine, and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. Mister, I have 2 health bars. Go in there. All these, just make sure. Okay, so my health bar is not increasing, so that means it's full. To the next batch, I guess. So I want to get behind this, I presume. Okay, dive down here. Grab health. Okay. Good. More health. Baddies. It's like a control point or something.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Yeah, it's locked. Just gonna look around this room before I go on. Let me alt tab again. Oops, alt tab. Okay. That seems about it for recording duration. So I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything in this room, and then I'm gonna end. This is a glitch in the game where it's like you can't actually destroy them unless you're within a certain range. I can drop any health, are you? That was lame.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Okay. Who it may concern, I'm being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying he need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. You know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. Okay. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene in the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading. Penny Bartwell. Okay. And then this is probably the floppy disk. Yeah. I don't want to watch it again. I can go in farther in there.
Stepping to the FBC, there's lots to do, there's lots to be, but you don't touch and don't dream much. Let's join the Thresher Kings. Let's join the Thresher Kings.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says. Confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, fart person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
Sweet. Hopefully I've already been in here. I figure out I need a place where it'll save my work. Let's look at this. So... looks like the only way back is indeed through the cafeteria. Okay. This is supposed to be Central Executive. And I'll end it there.